Yeah, come on, let's read and answer your claim. Now let me help you.
Is it A?
It can be A, but we have a problem. Allow judges craft without needing to consult, or he said they inclined to mention how without. This means philosophers choose judges choose philosophers whose views align, agree with their own positions. But letter A, opposite what is mentioned. You catch it?
Yes.
Look for letter C. We don't have any information about make opinions more comprehensible to readers. Do you have anything about readers? No. Prejudicial opinions in line with views that are broadly held among philosophers? Yes. But this is not a consequence for it, because letter B is stronger. Help judges improve arguments they put forward in their opinions. So we covered the main points. And at the same time, discussing philosophers whose views in conflict with the judges' views. This can help us to have opinions, to mention their opinions. You catch it?
Yes.
So we need opinions of the judge, not only to say that we have opinions just like broad held among philosophers. So this means here not strong. So letter B stronger. So always find ideas not mentioned there. And remember, any question, we must have two answers, not in the text. That's the problem. Where are they? Now let's jump. Here is the same idea. Let's find the wrong answers.
Is it B?
So letter B is the best answer. We have a problem here. It comes a lot in tests. Researchers are unsure how giant honeybees defend against. Do we have that?
Mm-hmm.
Or they hypothesized. And this behavior is a specialized defense response to hornets, as it's not observed when other. That is means they are not sure about something not mentioned. He said hypothesized, okay, hypothesized. But hypothesized about this is point, not about this point. But don't you think that hypothesize means unsure, so it's a correct? Okay, but unsure about what exactly? So be careful. Letter C mentioned hornets. Okay, but it's not mentioned that is the main predator. It said only serve to deter the hornets from approaching the bees, not directly the main predator. So that is right. Your answer is correct. Here's the 4 again, and these gathering. Let's see. Let's find the wrong answers. Now, what do you think? Yeah, let's make it in rows. He said these gathering. What are the gatherings in the passage? He said Johnson hosted weekly get-togethers for fellow Black writers and artists near Washington, D.C. Hall. All right, what will they do? They will do this. So we need an answer related to this one because he said, therefore, so based on this cause or these reasons or this idea, what could we conclude? An occasion for professional theater companies, he didn't mention companies, this is idea. So it's out of the cause or reason. He said, You catch it? Therefore, in this gathering, a way for Johnson to learn about plays that were produced in other cities, but he didn't mention about plays produced or not, but he said here they will read, discuss one another work, including Johnson's own. Do you know it? He didn't mention about the place mentioned these cities or not. So it's out of target. Subject matter for future plays by Johnson. He didn't mention about foreshadowing or something will happen in future. He said here once another work. This means something already done. Something already happened, not will happen. So these are. So why be correct? An opportunity for Johnson to get feedback on her plays. As he said, they will read and discuss for one another work. But that means he will get feedback, criticism or rebuke or critique or this is discussed or read it. So little b could be conclusion. You catch it? Yeah, our engineer Khadija, do you understand?
Yes.
So that is the point. So follow the rules. Therefore, and this gathering. So highlight the gathering and stick to the main point. Okay, how about the next? The same again. He said, for example. Example for what? The previous sentence. Let's read. Let me help you for this trick. This is one, it's about the language. What is the language? Number one, read the question. He said, for example. Example for what? The preface added. So he said many films, associated records for this era have been lost. That counts of those four figures Questions here. Output should be as bare minimum. This means these numbers, it's minimum, not maximum, because some have been lost. That means when I say only, no, it's not only. According to the example, he said it's a bare minimum. So it cannot be only. So only here without thinking it must be wrong. So both of them wrong. Now here he said dark, fewer than this one. Yes. And the Lillian, look, this one. So A, it's correct. Okay, but he said here bare minimum. He said here in the answer, it is the exact number. But look for letter C, he acted in far more than that. Yes, as bare minimum, it means it can be more. And it is right. And here again, it is right. But he said here more than related to the language of bare minimums rather than totals. But this number is not exact, is not accredited, but it can be more than. So let's see stronger than to the example. So letter C is the strongest answer. Did you catch it? That is means engineer. Khadija, do you understand me? Hello. Hello. Wait, now let's jump. Now we have the same trick again, therefore. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
So now it's your turn. Read and tell me what is your answer. Now, what is your answer? Do you catch it?
Yes.
What is the best? Let me help you. Always follow as we do every time. He said therefore. So therefore for what? What is the reason or the idea that we can conclude on? The previous one, the previous sentence, this one. So they found that EBF can repel mosquitoes by activating one odor receptor. That's it. So based on these actions, what can we conclude? To conclude the precise locations is didn't mention in the conclusion. He said found. Did he mention about maximum number of receptors? Did he mention that? This is one, a component can rebel. But we need to know components similar to EBF. So letter A. Are we talking about we need to change the method for extracting? We're not talking about extracting FPE in the finding. That means we give you ideas not mentioned in the previous sentence or mentioned in the text at all. So when you find the therefore, remember because the relationship of cause and effect in these questions, it comes a lot. So be careful. So focus on the previous sentence only. That's it. And always find the two answers not mentioned in the text at all. About the method of extracting, about the location, about maximum number. That's fine. Now let's jump to the next and try again. Supporting claim, try. Now did you find anyone? Our engineer, do you hear?
Yeah.
What is your dangerous answer? Let me help you. Number one, find the claim. We found the claim. But if you don't understand what means ethnographic value, number one, ethno means information about people. Graphic means information and the value. And the writer already explained it because he used the dash. As you know, in writing conventions, rules, that after the dash explanation to something mentioned before. So he explained what means ethnographic value. To capture diverse elements of Peruvian society. So we need information to support this one. It's good to find it. Here, Champ took many commissioned portraits of wealthy Peruvian society, but he also produced hundreds of images carefully documenting people, site, customs, people. So letter A is strong. But wait, the Champ photographs demonstrate a high level of technical skill. Okay, but it's a claim we are not talking about the skills or tactics or competences or confidence of the photography at all. So you give me something out of the question, claim. During his lifetime, Champi was known, celebrated. We are not talking about the education background. So letter C is wrong. So we are restricted to the claim. Some of the peoples and the places photographed had long been popular subjects for. It's okay. Letter D, it can be, but we are not talking about peoples and the places or the location of the taken photographs. But we're talking about the photographs describe what, discuss what exactly. So considerable ethnographic value. So I'm not talking about the locations or the best places for photography. So letter D is wrong. So letter A is correct. And remember, I said support, not weaken. Number one, we use dash to catch any difficult meaning. To know what means the ethnographic. Sometimes we can use the Latin root ethno, means something related to society or communities, customs, habits, traditions. That's fine. Feel it? For engineer to understand. Hello. Hello. Hello, do you hear now?
Is D?
No, letter D, no, it must be letter A. Now let's try again. But read it very carefully. I said support and I said conclusion. Find the conclusion. He said here the researchers conclude. So we need something related to this one. But we need to read very quickly. Now did you find an answer? Our engineers are still there. Let's make it in order. The conclusion he said correlations with velocity stronger than those with density. Which one support that? Look for letter D for each of the three ratings. To the three. As he said here, all. Here he talk about before obstacle and density only. You see? Is stronger than the overall. Not of course. Because here we have minus. And he said here is further than from zero. It does not start from zero. From minus zero here. This means A and B wrong. But look, for each of the three ratings, all of them, the correlation with velocity, this is velocity, so on, is negative. All of them? Yes. While the correlation with density is positive, all of them. So this means C, it's correct. And look again, D is correct. But look, for each of the three ratings, correlations with velocity, all of these are further than from zero. The corresponding correlations with density, yes. And he said here as further than because he said here stronger. Here he just like only tell me the information. This is positive, this same positive or negative. Okay, but with the conclusion. Do you catch it? Yes or no? So letter D is related to the conclusion. So remember something mentioned on the graph, but it does not support the conclusion. This mistake is always happening. So here it's letter D is the best answer. Is it clear now? Hello? Hello?